Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for another tutorial. So we go ahead and load the image of the side of the house where we're going to be installing the electrical equipment. Then we'll pick our first 3D model that we want to add, in this case the N-phase combiner box. So we'll position it and change the scale if we want to, and the rotation. Now every model that we launch after this is going to be at the same rotation and same scale, so you want to do that first. So I go ahead and launch the AC disco as well as a piece of vertical conduit. So what I want to highlight is once you position the conduit, you can extend it by using this button here. So go ahead and drag it to as far as you want it to go. Then we use the plus button to do a conduit extension. So in this case, we push that, we flip it, and then now we can keep clicking to add additional pieces of conduit and create our run. So do the same thing on the other side by adding an LB. Those can take a second to load. So now we're going to flip it by clicking the flip button. You can also hit the F key for that. So sometimes what happens is once you rotate something, you need to reset the rotation. So that's what this little asterisk here will do. You can click it and it'll reset the rotation to the right type. So for this horizontal piece of conduit, it launched vertical, so we corrected that by hitting the little asterisk button. We're going to add a second piece of conduit. We could have also hit the D button to duplicate the first model as well. So we're going to go ahead and add an LB on each side. Yeah, for some reason that model takes a while to load. And then we're going to go ahead and position that. And you'll see we make minor adjustments to the length of the conduit so that the LBs can be in position. So you want to click the actual piece of conduit and then go back to the extension tool so you can adjust it. Alright, so not a perfect setup, but go ahead and save a screenshot. Something we can send over to the homeowner so they have a sense of what we're going to put on the side of their house. Now let's say that we want to make some additional adjustments. We click that piece of conduit and then we can shorten it and lengthen it. So then we go to the very end there, we go over to the lengthen tool, or we go over and add additional pieces of pipe there too. So now if we want to save this layout, we go down to save session and type in whatever we want, N-phase, simple, so that in the future we can recall this. Now we can also download it as an SLR file. That's like a file type where you can upload that in the future. So now I'm going to go ahead and delete the models and switch it over to a new background so we know that we're not loading the same scene that we just had. And then we go into the restore session, go find N-phase simple, click it, and then boom, we've got what we had before. One feature we're going to be adding is allowing you to select everything and scale it down, because you'll see that we have to go in and individually scale down these different models, which is not very time efficient. But it's nice because you don't have to relaunch all the same models, and if you have a configuration that you do pretty regularly, then you'll be able to easily replicate it so that you can just make minor adjustments based on the site. Well, that does it for this quick tutorial. Thanks again for checking it out. If you have any questions, ideas, or suggestions, please reach me at brian@solarview.app. Thanks again.